Yo, what's going on? My name is Kev. I'm 1/3 of the Peer Rap Podcast. You can find me on social media at I Hate Kev. You can see it at the bottom left of the screen. If you don't know by now, we do our weekly podcast. We do weekly live streams, but we starting something new. We do album reviews, but tonight I got for y'all a book review. And before I jump into that, I'm just doing this on the jump. This is not a live stream like we usually do. I'm just gonna go with the flow of how I record this and just give a simple short review about the book I got for y'all tonight. I thought of this idea when I was at the airport on Sunday morning. That was January 15th, maybe. I don't remember what it was. Sunday, this past Sunday. This will probably be released on Friday or Saturday. Today's Friday, so Saturday. So almost a week after I came up with this idea. Is I saw a Rick Ross book, and I was at the San Jose airport, and I didn't even know he had a book, to be honest, man. I guess he released a book back last year in 2021, but this is his first book he released back in 2019. And to be honest, I had no clue he even released one. I'll put up the banner. It's called Rick Ross's Hurricanes, a Memoir. So that's the book I'm going to be reviewing for y'all tonight. But I didn't even have a clue that he wrote books, and it was an autobiography, and it also is a New York Times bestseller. According to the book, I got the book right here for y'all. I got the paperback copy. But I didn't even know he had books. So like, man, that's why this man's the biggest boss. He doing everything, man. He writing books. He has music label, his music ventures with Wingstop and Checkers, and this man doing everything. But he covers that in his book. But I just thought this would be a good good opportunity to put content out, because I know we want to put more content out if it's album reviews, our weekly episodes. Which will be back this Monday, we're in January. See, that's how you know it's been a minute. Like, I'm not even used to saying January on here yet, but I think it's like January 23rd, 24th. But this is coming Monday. You can stay tuned to that. And again, I'm not editing none of this, on here. We don't ever edit really on our live streams because we're live, but I'm not going to edit even on these pre-recorded videos, because obviously I'm not a YouTuber like that where I know how to edit shit. I really don't. I'm still recording this on StreamYard, which is meant for streaming, but you can make non-live videos too. But maybe Brian, I can have MCK help me out with these editing skills, because I don't really have any. So if anyone wants to leave a comment down below and help me out and give me some tips on how to edit videos, eventually, the more books I read, and not just me, because this is three of us on this podcast. So if Darnell reads some books, or if MCK reads some books and they want to do a review on it, give us all some tips on how to make YouTube videos like how the normal YouTubers make it, because I don't know how to do all that. So man, so just to jump right into it, I was at the San Jose airport, saw this book, and I told myself, like, it's 2022. Even before I was at the airport, I wanted to start reading books. I just feel like, I haven't been reading like I should be. And I feel like it's good to read. A lot of people put the book down, they start reading on their phone. But like, I told myself I want to limit my phone time, because it's getting up there, especially, when you have to run the podcast and you just check your day-to-day life of social media, which I'm trying to cut off. I'm trying not to be on social media in general. But when you do all that and you run a podcast page and all the social media for that, the time adds up, so I want to strictly try to limit mine and then do what I got to do for the podcast, obviously. But, one of those things to limit that time is reading a book. So, so that book, I thought this is the perfect opportunity to check out a book. And I actually bought a book earlier in the year that Project Pat recommended to me. So I checked that book out. I haven't finished it yet, though. It's more on like the religion side, and I'm not really religious, but I'm still gonna give a book a try, obviously, because I can still take knowledge from that, even if I'm not religious or not. To each their own. But if Project Pat's gonna give somebody a recommendation, man, you don't get recommendations from hip hop pioneers every day. You got you told me to check out a book that was like $7.99. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna buy that and I'm gonna read it. Because Yeah, you don't get hip hop legends in your DMs on Instagram telling you to check out something every day of the week, you know. So that's what I did. I'm still, I got a couple chapters into that. It's not a long read. It's obviously it's a more harder read than this Rick Ross book. If you want an easy read, this book is not that hard to read. It's only like 296 pages. So I got it done within like 2 days. So I was up in Washington, so I bought it on the first day of my first flight, and I finished it by the flight home, which was on Tuesday. So it didn't take me that long. But yeah, it's a pretty easy read. It's a dope book, especially if you're a fan of Rick Ross. Like, he's not in my top 5 or nothing, but he a dope artist, and I respected him. I respect his game, respect the, how he came up. Because he was coming up when I was a kid, even when I was a minor, because he was underground from the late 90s to the early 2000s until he got his shot back in, Hustling, and that came out in like 2006. That was like his major break, and he covers a lot in this book about how he came up back to the days when he was back in Miami, going over his life story back with where he grew up, because he was from, that's right, I be forgetting, I think it was Mississippi, Missouri. It was one of those South states. It wasn't Florida, obviously, where you think of Rick Ross, you think of either his home in Georgia or you think of Miami, but he wasn't born in Miami. He goes over how his family moved down to Miami when he was a kid and all that. And and he was up front, like he telling you how it is, how obviously he wasn't born with a silver spoon, but he obviously, like, his parents were together at one point and they had goals, and he wasn't like, obviously he wasn't struggling, and not struggling like that as a kid, but obviously he gets into it when he gets older, where he was struggling. And he goes over everything from like when he started rapping, when he was like in middle school, and back in the 80s, and all the artists he looked up to, from Too Short to NWA, and all these other dope MCs, and that's where the album Teflon Don, that's actually, he mentioned that was going to be, he thought of that being his actual name before he came up naming himself Rick Ross, was that Teflon Don was a option for his music career. And yeah, it just goes into a lot of detail of what you don't hear behind the scenes. Like, I didn't know he was linked up with Tony Draper, and all that type of behind the scenes stuff. And I didn't think of it like that. He also goes over the typical, like, he was a correctional officer. He explains what happened with that situation and why he was a correctional officer. And obviously, who really knows to believe who? But going off what he's saying, I understand it. And if you want to take that as losing street cred, that's on you. But I kind of understand what he was doing, and he goes over that situation as well. Yeah, it was a pretty good read. It was I had a lot of stuff going on this past week, so it took being able to read that. It was a distraction, and I like autobiographies, especially about people that I know, like Rick Ross. Like, I know who that is. I listen to his music. I want to read his book. He has a autobiography. I'm gonna check out that book. So yeah, whenever you just, like, you're like in my position where you want to just like start a book, maybe check out an autobiography. I want to get more into books. I'm not a book nerd. You can take my my advice how you want to take it, but if you want to start reading, and you're interested in certain people that say you look up to, and or admire, or anyone that's influential, like, maybe check out, see if they have an autobiography, or a biography if it wasn't written by them. But you can check that out, and you might learn some stuff that you actually don't be known on the daily, like stuff that you don't always see on the media and the blogs and the social media outlets. Like, you learn a lot, and I learned a lot about Rick Ross. I respect him as a human, especially with all the that man, Hustling was his his big break song, man. And he goes over how that came along too, man. He was talking about how, I think he said he performed it in Jacksonville before he even fucking had the song even officially wrote. Like, he performed it at some show, this one verse with it that he wrote in the car on the way to the venue, and people were just getting down to Hustling. That's a dope fucking hook. And, if I heard that shit, like, if I was in the studio hearing that shit, like, damn, like, that's some hard ass shit, especially back in 2006, man. But he goes over the story about that, and then and pretty much up to present day of 2019. Yeah, he covered a lot, and I thought, it was a good read, and I recommend anybody if it's just hip hop or a fan of Rick Ross, because again, like, Rick Ross not my favorite rapper in the world, but I saw that he had a book at the airport. Like, I wouldn't mind reading something about Rick Ross, like especially how his demeanor is and how he, I guess you could say, influential when it comes to investments and making money and quote unquote how he says he's the boss. Like, he goes over he goes over that in the book, and he also has another book that I'll show you. It's called Rick Ross: The Perfect Day to Boss Up: A Hustler's Guide to Building Your Empire. And I actually bought that book at the airport too on my way home. So I'm in the middle of reading this book right now because I finished the first book. But yeah, I'm in the middle of that right now. You can see my itinerary is my bookmark. But yeah, I got that right here too. So shoot, man, whoever wants these books, I might just do a giveaway for them too, because if someone wants to read it, I might, I'm feeling generous. I'll let somebody keep them, and they can read them themselves as long as they finish the books and do some good with it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I can explain, because again, this is my first book review. I'm sure MCK and Darnell, we're all gonna hop on and do a book review in the future as well. We can plan that. I think Darnell read this the Boss Up book, The Perfect Day to Boss Up. I think he has that, or he's read it, and I don't know if he's finished it. I just know he mentioned it because he mentioned that to me before I even knew about that book too. I told him about the memoir one, and he's like, "Oh, I got this one, or I read this one, or something like that." So he's aware of that. So maybe we'll do the album review when I finish that. We both of us can hop on and do that, and maybe be more organized. Because again, I'm just on here rambling, but I just want to get more content out. And if you read this book, man, let me know how y'all felt about it. I even have a rating bar on here. If I give it out of 5, I get a 4.5. I thought it was a really good book. Maybe a 5 just due to the fact that this has been the first book I read in a while. I think the last actual full-on book I read was probably Gucci Mane's book back in 2017. I think it was. 2017? Yeah, it's 2017. I can't remember the title of that, to be honest. I got it in my closet though, so I got that book too. I might just go through that again and do an album review on that too. Fuck it. But I give it a 4.5, lean towards a 5. Like, it was a good book, and it depends on how you want to take it, how interested you are in Rick Ross, because there's tons of autobiographies about random people you don't even know, or people you do know or don't really care about. So if you don't really care about it, that's on you. But I thought it's a dope read. I'm curious about Rick Ross. You write an autobiography, I'm gonna check it out, and I'm gonna learn something new. And I'm trying to do that in general with this year in general, like just try new things, do new things, and that's what I'm doing new right now. Like, I finally started reading books. I'm on to 3 books so far this year, and it's only been almost end of January. So if I can do it, y'all can do something. Like, even this, man. Like, I never thought I'd be on here talking to y'all about a book review, man. Who would have thought I'd be on here talking about a book review? Especially last year, I didn't even know if we'd be doing Peer Rap Podcast a year from now. We're about to hit the 1 year. Well, social media wise, we hit the 1 year mark, but for the podcast itself, for videos, like, we're about to hit the 1 year mark this Monday. So tune into that. Cause we got, we've been doing this for a year now. We trying to grow, and we did a lot in 2021 that I didn't even think we'd have, like having Project Pat on the fucking show, man. We paid some cash for that, obviously, because he ain't gonna hop on here for free. Like, we don't got that kind of connect. But he spit some game with us. He even said, gave us our props for how we conducted the interview and everything. And we just learning. Like, I didn't go to college to learn how to do these type of shit. Like, I'm trying to learn how to edit and all that too. And there's people that go to school for all that, or actually pay to learn how to do all that, or have people to do it for them. And I'm just trying to learn as I go, trying to improve every day, and then keep doing book reviews, keep doing album reviews, keep putting out episodes. And we recently put out our Earl Sweatshirt album review recently, and a Corday album review. So go check those out. I wasn't able to make them. I haven't even listened to albums yet either, so I wasn't gonna do it either way. Even if I was busy or not, I decided I haven't checked them out yet. So I wasn't gonna hop on those. But you go, Darnell and MCK hold it down on those album reviews. So go check those out. And and this ain't no sponsor either, because I ain't getting paid by Bud Light seltzers. But yeah, I'm not even a big seltzer type of guy. Like, I don't fuck with seltzers, man. But this shit, hard soaks, like I tell myself I don't want to be drinking sodas that much in 2022 in general, just in life, like anymore. Like I need to cut it down. But for a seltzer, and this being like a soda type seltzer, like I think this is the best seltzer that any seltzer is made. Like it kind of tastes like soda, it kind of tastes like seltzer, but it tastes better. Like it, I don't know. This is cherry cola. So if you like cherry Coke, man, if you want a seltzer, man, try this shit out. But light seltzers, hard sodas, they have like multiple flavors. This one's a cherry cola. They have like a normal cola, and then have like one that tastes like Sprite or like Sierra Mist type. And I think they have an orange one as well. But yeah, I didn't even know about it. My girlfriend like, hey, we need to stop by the store and get these hard sodas. I'm like, I didn't even know Bud Light made new seltzers, man. They come out with something every single fucking month, like, some new type of alcohol. But yeah, it's a good book. I'm not gonna ramble too much. Obviously, I'm gonna get better as these go. But I just want to say thank you for everyone that's gonna tune into all these that I do. You can expect MCK and Darnell to hop on some in the future. Appreciate it. Again, Hurricanes and Memoir by Rick Ross is a New York Times bestseller. So, instant bestseller. So that means something, especially for a hip hop artist, because I feel like a lot of hip hop artists don't be getting the love in the national media like that. They get frowned upon. I think looked down upon like they bad or something, because they ain't hip hop music. Like Rick Ross may Rick Ross may done bad things in the past, but he's grown up to be a man, and just read the book and you learn more about him. He covers everything from growing up to his health problems to being determined to be the biggest star in hip hop. So and starting his own label and all that. So yeah, check out that book. I hope y'all have a great night. This should be uploaded by Saturday, January 22nd. So you all have a great night. Looking forward to the next book review, which will be The Perfect Data Boss Up by Rick Ross. And then if you have any recommendations, drop them in the comments or hit me up on social media, which is at @IHateKeb, Twitter, or you can hit the Pure Rap Podcast social media as well. Give us some books to check out. Preferably for reviews, preferably music related. But if it's any other type of book, I'll check them out too. Just probably won't be doing a book review on here because it needs to obviously be the same type of content we cover. But yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your month. Make it the best month, and then looking forward to February and the rest of the year. So have a great night, and see y'all next time.